How you doing, YouTube? Matt Mesa Beer Reviews back with a little bit of homebrew from my boys at Evolution Brewing. Jeff, to be more precise. This is Get Me Out of This House. This is a New England style IPA with sweet orange peel, 6.5%. Let's dive into this sucker. Yeah, Jeff wrote me, said, "Hey man, got some homebrew. Love you to try." I said I would be more than welcome to dive into them. So here we go. This is the second one out of 3 that he sent me. The first one, I will post that prior to this one, I guarantee it. So spoiler alert, it did not suck. Yeah, hopefully this one's much the same. The look on this one's a little bit dark, especially for a New England style IPA. Now, knee jerk, I would lean, okay, oxidation. But there's orange zest in this, so maybe we're dealing with a little bit of that. We'll save that judgment for the nose and the taste. Label-wise, okay logo. Nice little can. This is the weirdest thing about these cans, and I didn't say this in the first one. That can is way bigger. Look at that. Look at how much bigger that can is than a regular can. I think that was kind of kooky. Anyway, yeah, a bit darker than what you'd expect from a New England style IPA. Way clearer from what you would assume in today's world would be New England style IPA. You can see my kind of shadow running through it. It's more darker than hazy. So does it look like a New England style IPA? Not so much. Let's get a nose. We might be dealing with some oxidation issues here. Because I'm not getting a bunch there. I'm not getting really much as far as anything. There's a little bit of subtle citrus, very, very small. There is a tiny little bit of wet cardboard, but everything's kind of muted. That's usually a sign of a oxidized beer, whether it be, IPA or not. So a little bit of soft citrus, maybe a little bit of herbally kind of hop, tannic tea vibe kind of vibes off of it. And not really much as far as sweetness from malt, done and done. So there's really not much to the looks, really not much to the actual nose. Let's dive into the taste. Cheers. Okay. So you definitely get the lemon zest in here, or orange zest. It comes off not super zesty, but I think that is because there's a decent amount of oxidation in this. Yeah, there's no data on that would matter. And it's sweet. It's not like super bittering, so the sweet orange peel kind of comes through. Now, everything else about it is just kind of very watered down, very neutral, very not much to it, for lack of a better kind of explanation, kind of IPA. It's really not much of an IPA in general. You do get a little bit of bittering in the back end. That sweet orange peel really does come through, but more in an additive sense, not necessarily accentuating any kind of hops kind of sense. There is a sweetness to it, but it's kind of a little bit kind of mixed drink, kind of saccharine sweetie, more than a kind of malt-driven sweetness, a soft cardboardiness, a little bit of oxidation, done and done. I mean, it is, to me, I don't think this is the intention of this beer. If it is, it's one way to brew a beer, because it's not overly oxidized, but it seems so far removed from what most people will consider a New England style IPA. If you wrote on here IPA with sweet orange zest, I could even talk myself and I'd be like, okay, maybe he's going for like a really old school kind of English, low bittering, not necessarily ESB kind of thing with some sweet orange peel. I could talk myself into this. But once you slap New England style IPA on the can, and then you come out with a beer like that, not saying you, Jeff, and Evolution coming out with a beer like that, but you slap that and the beer comes out like this, it gets me far removed from what I understand New England style IPA to be, what most people do. It's not a offensive beer. It's not like I'm drinking going, oh my god, this sucks. I will gladly take another sip of it. But it's really just a sweetened orange zest, sugariness, with a little bit of oxidative kind of beeriness underneath it. Thin. Not a full mouthfeel at all. Very, very thin. Done and done. So I chalk this one up to maybe bad canning, bad oxidation, bad traveling. I don't know. I mean, I received these less than 5 days ago, so it's not like I've been sitting on them all that long. But in the grand scheme of things, 'tis what it is. Not my favorite homebrews I've had as of late. Let's put it that way. So let's talk about it. It's a homebrew, so we don't talk about it. That's the rules here. So just say I would chalk this one up to more to canning. I'm sure Jeff and the guys from Evolution will chime in, let me know it's what. At least rate me on Instagram. I'll let you guys know down below. If they have any thoughts about this beer, I'm sure they'll chime in themselves. And there you go. Homebrew review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you'd like to send me homebrew, these are the things that can happen. Again, if it's a badly made beer, I get it, but I have a hunch that this one might be a little bit more canning issues. It is what it is. But if you feel like sending me some homebrew for Homebrew Wednesdays, you're more than welcome. Shoot me an email, matt@massivebeers.com or massivebeers@gmail.com. Either one works. And there you go. So hopefully you guys are enjoying a little homebrew right now. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.